Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Gift and you're welcome to Gift and Couture. So I know I'm supposed to post this a month ago, but I'm really sorry. When I posted the style inspiration of this particular dress, I got so many subscribers and I was expected to post this as soon as possible. But please, I'm sorry, alright? So let me just put you through on how I made this dress first. This is a knicker. Actually, I've already recorded a separate video for this knicker because I actually made it with a top, all right, that is different from this particular style. So that means you won't be seeing this particular video like the knicker video here. All right, so but this particular dress, I'm going to put you through on how I made it. Now this is how you are going to put it on after watching the video in case you decide to make this particular style. The rope is kind of long and I'm going to show you the length in case you decide to reduce your own length. Okay, so it's either you tie it like this or you can possibly switch it and crisscross it just like what you're going to be seeing in this video. Right, you're going to crisscross it like this, just pass the rope like this, and then you're going to wrap it around your waist and tie it either to your side or to the middle, anywhere you want it, depending on how you want your own to be. And let me just say the yards that I use. I actually use 3.5 yards, like almost 4 yards for this particular style. Alright, so without wasting much of our time, I just need to explain this to you. And remember, the front is open. So let's get right into the business. Alright, so the front is open, it has pockets. So let's go. So what you're going to do, you're going to fold the fabric into two. You're going to fold your fabric. Like I said, I've already cut the short knicker. Alright, so I'm just going to fold it diagonally. Just watch how I fold this fabric. You can see how I fold it just like this, and then you're going to bring it together. Now it depends on how many yards of fabric that you have. If you want the gathers to be fuller than this, you can fold this into 4. Alright, so that means after folding it like this, you are still going to fold it. Just know that it's going to consume more fabric. Alright, so now after folding it like this, what you're going to notice is that when you touch this side of fabric, it's going to be stretchy. Just watch, it's going to be stretchy. That means you are going to cut it diagonally, not straight. Alright, so when you fold it, you are now going to add some inches to your measurement. Alright, so let's say your waist is 40 or your waist is 30. You can either add 20 inches or 30 inches, like I said, depending on your fabric, into your actual measurement, and then divide it by 4. So after dividing it by 4, you're going to take the measurement on this side. So I've already gone ahead to do it. My waist is 34 right now and I've added extra 20 inches to it, making 54. So 54 divided by 4, you are going to have whatever you have there. That's what you are going to take it round your waist. Alright, and that is what I got. I don't know what your waist is, but follow this method. And remember, the extra 20 inches that I added is for gather, so you're not going to cut it out like that. So you're going to put your tape straight down to where you mark your waist measurement, so that this will give you the circumference of how this cutting should look like. Alright, so you're going to take the tape round, maintaining the length of where you mark the waist measurement. Just take it around just like what you're seeing, and when you are done, you're going to go ahead and measure the length of your skirt. Alright, so for this particular video, I actually used 25, yeah, for the length. So I'll just go ahead and mark the length of the skirt. Another thing you should notice is that you can put the tape around here, but to get a round view or a round shape that will come out nicely, you are just going to go ahead and take the tape roll upward to that point, to this very point. All right, so from there you are going to add the measurement, the skirt length measurement to whatever you have, and then go ahead and take it around just like the way you cut your peplum, we are not going to remove the tape rule from that point. All right, just please note, you are not going to remove the tape rule from that point. You're just going to take it round and then cut it, maintain the same length that you want, then shape it out. Okay, so now this is what I mean. You can see where I put the tape roll. All right, so you're not going to remove it, like I said, just going to take it round, and when you are done, you're going to cut it out just like the way I'm doing. Go ahead and cut your own out. So here I'm gonna to replicate the same method. I cut exactly what I cut in front, so go ahead and do the same thing, and we have both front and back. Now for the front, all right, like I said initially, the front is open. It has an open slit and it has this short curve. Okay, so just like what you're seeing, you're going to go ahead and just cut it out and then slit the center open. All right, so if this is the first time I've come across my channel, like I always say, please, the only way you can support me is to subscribe, like, share, drop a lovely comment in the comment section for me. And when you are done cutting, remember you're going to fold the center. So for the upper part, all right, we are just going to go ahead and fold your fabric just like what you're seeing on the screen, and then you're going to take your measurement. All right, now the first thing you're going to do, in order not to waste your fabric, just divide your bust into 4, measure the length, and then add your seam allowance to it. So first thing first, you're going to take your shoulder measurement, divide your shoulder into 2, and then mark 1.5 downward. So I'm gonna to divide my shoulder into 2 and then mark 1.5 to get the shoulder slope, and I've also added ½ inch for the shoulder joining. You can see what I did there. Now next thing is to place your tape rule just like what you're seeing on the screen, and then you're going to mark your half length. Okay, just go ahead and mark your half length. So from there, don't remove the tape rule, mark your bust point. All right, so to get your armhole measurement, you're going to divide your bust into 6 and add 1.5 to it. So whatever you have, you're going to mark it there, and that will be your across chest line or your chest line. Okay, so now that you are done, you are going to place your tape on that across chest line. Like I said, you're going to divide your across chest measurement into 2. And if you don't know how to measure your across chest, I said I'm going to do a video about it. Just minus ½ inch from your shoulder measurement and then mark it. So on that across chest measurement, you're going to divide your bust into 4 and then mark it. And the distance from that bust measurement to your across chest, whatever you have, you divide it by 4. Place your tape rule and extend it downward to your across chest measurement, then mark the midpoint. Okay, so whatever it is, just mark the midpoint there, even though we are not going to use this armhole measurement deeply. So you are just going to go ahead and connect it just like this. Okay, so the bust measurement you have, you're going to add your seam allowance. You can either add 1 inch or 1.5. For me, I added 1.5. You're going to take the same measurement on the bust measurement, and on the waist measurement, you're going to divide your waist into 4 and then add your seam allowance to it. Like I said, I added 1.5 to it. Okay, so next thing is to go ahead and add our side bust. Now, how to get your side bust? The difference between your front half length and your back half length. All right, you're going to put it there, and when you are done, you're going to mark your bust span. So that's where your your side bust is going to stop. Okay, just like the way you're seeing on the screen. Let it stop where your bust span is. But when it comes to sewing, it's totally different, of which I'm going to show you how to sew it. Now, to get the neck, based on how the style inspiration is, the neck was not wide and it's a V-neck. So actually use 2.7. So to get the length of the neck, I use 7 inches. So I used to, that means I used 2.7 for the neck width, and then the neck depth I used 7 inches. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and add ½ inch for the waistline, which is going to be for the joining. So you can draft this on your pattern paper, or you can just cut it on your fabric directly. Now, we are not just going to cut it out. Remember how the style inspiration is for those that have seen the shorts that I dropped. Okay, you are going to go ahead and fold the side dart, okay, before cutting it out, because if you don't fold it, you are going to fold it. There's a technique to folding this, and you're going to fold the side dart into 2. That means you're dividing the distance of that bust into two so that it will have that shape. You can see how the shape comes out. And when you are done, you're going to go ahead and knot it just like what you're seeing on the screen. All right. So the next thing is to go ahead and measure the length of the side dart. And there is a technique to sewing it, which I'm still going to show you. All right. If you watch this video to the end. Now to cut the armhole, like I said, we are not making use of this exact armhole. All right. We are just going to go ahead and cut it as if we are cutting turtleneck. All right, so we are going to extend this neck just like what you're seeing. So first thing I did was to go ahead and reduce the armhole, like the shoulder length, and then cut it, extend the armhole to the shoulder just like what you're seeing. It doesn't have to fit in, and based on the style, it's just for it to cover the chest area. So just like this, I've gone ahead to cut it out. I've gone ahead to mark it rather, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. All right. Again, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do well to subscribe and don't forget to turn on your notifications so that you can always get notified whenever I post a new video. Like, share, drop a lovely comment in the comment section for me, and let's continue. So the next thing is for you to go ahead and knot your seam allowance just like the way I did, and let's go ahead and cut the back. So for the back, you're just going to go ahead and place it like this. We are just going to cut half of this front. All right, so first thing first, you're going to fold the side bust, okay, just like what you're going to. You can pin it with your office pin. And for the back, we are not adding zip at the back. I'm going to be putting zip at the front, at the side rather. So you're just, when you fold the side dart, all right, you notice that the back is not going to be aligned with the front. So the measurement there, for example, mine is 1 inch, is what I'm going to be using for the back dart, okay, because we have to sew that. If we don't sew that, it cannot rhyme, like align together. So you are going to divide your bust span into two and then add the 1 inch that you saw. Let's say yours might be 1.5 depending on your bust dart. Yours might be 1 inch just like mine. So you are just going to go ahead and put the darts there. Okay, so make sure the bust area is aligned. So when you are done, you're just going to go ahead and cut it out. So now this is where pattern comes in. Assuming it's pattern paper, this particular side of fabric wouldn't have wasted. Like I said, we are just going to cut half of the back. All right, since the back is low, we are just going to stop at the armhole side. So for the neck, for the length of the back, I use 9 inches. If you want your own to be lower, you can use 10 inches or 11 inches, but make sure the armhole rhyme. All right, so just like this, you're just going to cut it straight. You can maintain this or you make yours to be a bit lower. It depends on how you want it. Remember, there is no zip at the back, and if you want to put zip, please make sure you create a space for the zipper. All right, so like I said, I put the zip by the side. Okay, so now that you are done, we are just going to go ahead and cut it out. Just like this, we are done cutting, and next thing is to go ahead and cut your lining. And if you decide to put stay or paper stay, it's fine, but I didn't use any of those things. All right, because it's just a free dress. I feel like it's a free dress, there's no need. All right, so I'll just go ahead and cut it. So go ahead and cut yours as well. All right, so this is how the back should look like when you're done cutting. And next thing is for you to go ahead and notch your dart. All right, make sure you put your dart, okay, even if there is no zipper at the back. All right, so when you are done, you're going to go ahead and notch both the upper part and the lower part for you to know the difference, but make sure you notch your dart. So we are done cutting right now. Next thing is to go ahead and measure the length of the shoulder. This will help us know the width of how the band is going to be, and when you are cutting, you are going to minus half inch or 0.3 just for sewing. So now I'm gonna have to cut the band. For the width of the band, I use 6.7. All right, and for the length of this band I use 32 times. That this 32, that's going to be 32 times 2. All right, making 64 as the length of the belt. So you can possibly reduce yours. All right, like I said, you can reduce it. So this is how you're going to sew it, of which I'm still going to show you. All right, fold it like this and then sew. And anyways, let's go. Here I'm gonna to cut the lining, and so this is the band. All right, so you're going to fold it into two and then continue sewing. So when you are done sewing, when you get to the edge, all right, you're just going to go ahead, cut off the threads. All right, then go ahead and notch the center just like this. After that is after you finish sewing, next thing is to align the sewing, all right, with where you notch. Okay, just like this, and then go ahead and sew it. Okay, go ahead and sew it just like this. So when you are done sewing, you can now flip it out. You can either use your screwdriver or something to just turn the belt out. All right, just like this we are done. You can see, just like this we are done. So when you are done, go ahead and turn it. So when you're done turning, you are going to go ahead and iron it properly just like this. Here I've gone ahead to iron it neatly. You can see how it is and where the joining is, and then you're going to place it on the shoulder of the fabric. You're going to go ahead and top stitch it as much as you want. Let it stick to it. All right, you're going to do the second side. Remember, you're cutting the belt into two. All right, so you're going to stitch it on the other side, and when you're done, you're going to put the lining and then continue sewing. This is what I wanted to show you. All right, so you're going to sew it, sew the v-neck and the armhole. Do the same thing on the back. You're going to go ahead and stitch it. Anyways, let me show you what I mean. Make sure you stitch it properly. So when you are done, you're going to go ahead and sew the second side. All right, so the next thing is to go ahead and sew the side seam, the side bust. All right, like I said, there is a technique to sewing it. For example, the side bust is 6.5. That's from the side, my seam allowance, to where the bust point is 6.5. So instead of sewing that 6.5, you are going to sew 5.5, and this works for every size. All right, whether you are size 6, size 8, 10, 12. All right, so this works for every size. Make sure you sew 1 inch away from the bust point. Okay, so when you are done, you are going to go ahead and do the same thing on the lining, and then go ahead to sew the lining. All right, so when you get to this point, go ahead, sew the lining, use the lining to turn the shoulder, turn everywhere that you need to, and then go ahead and iron it neatly. So here I've gone ahead to sew the dart, both the lining and the fabric, and then I've gone ahead to iron it. So this is how the front should look like after you are done sewing. You can see how I turn the armhole and the shoulder line. All right, this is the lower part. You are going to go ahead and sew the center front. All right, you are going to go ahead and sew it round. You can use your linings in case you decide to use lining. You can use your lining to turn it, or you just sew it. So after you are done sewing, go ahead and draw gathers on the waist. You are going to sew gathers on the waist rather. So when you are done sewing the gathers, you are going to go ahead and pull it to your actual waist measurement. All right, so to sew your gathers, you are going to set your machine to the highest. Let's say if you are using industrial machine, you're going to set it to number 5, and then when you are done, you're going to draw the gathers just like what you're seeing on the screen. So make sure you gather it to your waist measurement, and then we are good to go. So it's going to look like this or more fuller than this. All right, so just like this, you're going to go ahead and sew the side. So we here have gone ahead to sew the sides, both the front and the back together, and I've also gone ahead to sew the lower part. So your hemming, depending on how many inches that you want. I folded 1 inch. And another thing was pocket. I forgot to notch pocket. So this is how you're going to notch the pocket. Please measure from your waist downward. You're going to use 3 inches. I know here I said 1.5. All right, but you can actually use this 1.5 if you are going to put zipper at the back, but if you are going to put zipper by the side, you are going to notch 1.3 inches rather. And then from that 3 inches you are going to measure 6.5, which is going to be the length of the pocket. All right, so when you mark, make sure you notch where you mark that 6.5. All right, so when you are done, you are going to go ahead and sew from the waist to where you mark the 3 inches and skip it, and then continue to sewing from where you mark the 6.5 down to your length, skirt length. All right, here the fabric was not much, so this is the length of the pocket that I actually use. You can use 9 if you want it to be a little deep. Okay, and the width of the pocket you are going to use 8.5. Here I had to manage so that when you sew 1 inch on this side, 1 inch on the other side, you have 6.5 left. So you are just going to go ahead and cut it out. Like I said, I had to manage this fabric here, so make sure you cut your actual waist, your pocket. And remember, you are cutting 2 pockets on this side, 2 on the other side. Okay, so just like this is one and this is the other one. So next, how to join the pockets, you can go ahead and slit it out if you know how to do it. So you're going to join this pocket to this side and sew. Make sure you stop where the notching is, and then add this one to this side. So make sure you stop as well where the notch is, and then go ahead and sew it round. Okay, so because I want the zipper to be by the side, I've gone ahead to sew the other side where the zipper won't be, and then go ahead to notch the center. Next thing is to go ahead and attach the lower part to the upper part and then sew it around. Okay, so when you are done, it should look like this. So this is the front, all right, and this is the other side. So just like this, we are done sewing. Next thing is to go ahead and cut off your threads, go ahead and weave it and iron your cloth neatly. All right, so we've come to the end of this class, and if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please, I'm begging you, subscribe, like, drop a lovely comment in the comment section, and then we are good to go. So this is the side where you're going to fix your zipper, and this is it. All right, so I'll just go ahead and fix the zipper. I use invisible zip, and that's it. So see you in my next video where I'll be showing you how to sew the short and how to sew a simple top.